yeah, down with Flint Town. We are back again. Randall W. Scott III along with Raymond Asensio, the best. What's going on, big dog?
I like that name.
Something, bro.
Nothing, man. I haven't seen you in quite a while. How you been, man?
It has been a
right?
minute. It's been way too long of a minute, man. We haven't been able to walk because I've been out of town and busy, and stupid weather hasn't cooperated.
Almost ran off the road almost a couple days ago.
What's up?
Good thing I was paying attention.
Yeah. Defensive driver. Got to be that defensive driver, Ray.
You have to. Yeah, man. It's yesterday I think I didn't see the actual accident, but there was 4 accidents on 75. People need to be careful out there, man.
Yeah, hydroplane and all that stuff when that rain came down.
I could just say, you know how when you're driving and you could just see a car way down in the ditch, its ass up in the air, and you could just see the hazard lights? Seeing a lot of that going on, man. But it didn't look serious where anybody was, seriously injured, so thank God for that.
Ray puts in more miles than anybody driving I know, so I feel you. I know you probably see a lot of that stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah. Now, there's 2 acknowledgments. We have the usual suspects that usually comment, that are supportive all the time. To answer Scott Gradowski's question about, having this person and this person on there, we're actually working on that. You and I, we're working on that. But it's not easy to get like high profile ex-professional athletes on there because it's it's a business to them, even though we would have fun with them. And he mentioned, I think he mentioned Carl Banks, mentioned somebody else. He mentioned some other Mick Mullen or whoever I never heard of. But we're trying. We're getting to that, but that's later down the line.
Yeah, I think it's something we definitely want to branch out into. Just getting any guests to begin with. We might start with a couple knuckleheads we know. But we do want to look to bigger and better things. And as we get more situated and even doing some things where maybe we bring in some live guests to ask questions, stuff like that. We're working on that stuff. Be patient with us. We can honestly, it really just depends on me, right? As soon as I get time to figure out how to do all this stuff, we'll probably start knocking it out. So
yes, and one special. My Aunt Lori watches our show that I didn't know that she watches our show. She's my mom's sister. Now, my mom is the oldest of 11.
Yep.
Lori is number 9 in the lineup.
Okay.
And this is how I memorized the orders of the age. My Uncle Eddie made a clock one time for my grandparents. Now, since there's 11 kids, 1 o'clock, there was a picture of my mom because she's the oldest, and then so on and so forth, 1 through 11. And then at 12 o'clock is my grandparents.
Oh, that's awesome.
On their wedding day when they were 17 and 18 years old. So that's how I always remember the ages. Lori is 9 o'clock. So she's number 9 in the batting order.
Oh, man, it's 8:45. Lori, what's up? All right. Well, thanks for watching or listening, whatever you're doing, man. That's awesome. I know we always get the regular crew coming through there, too. So I think Melfi was commenting this one. And of course, we had Molly Murphy on there rocking this out. We had Tim Ass was watching. He's all out of the hospital and stuff now. So we're all good, man. We're all good. We're rolling, man. How you feeling, by the way? How you feeling?
I feel okay, man. I walked a mile before I got here. I was over at that subdivision that's in between VG's and Pizza Video, back there, Chase Bank Avenue or whatever, Chell Bell, Omar Drive, Deerfield. I was walking in that area before the rain came.
Okay.
So I got a mile in before I came here.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. I'm going to get back on the horse. I promise you. Things have been a little bit wild, but all right, man, let's get this thing rolling. We got a roll call today, right? And of course, we're going to do some of our old Flint Town haunts, right? Some of the old bars in Flint Town that you remember, right? So, of course, I got to start with this one because this is where I spent I don't know what to say about this, but a good part of my 20s was spent at Jammin's Lounge on Robert T. Man, and before that it was the Lamplighter, of course, right?
Before Jammin's, it was called the Lamplighter.
The Tramplighter.
I went there with my cousin Tony. When I was 11 and 12. I went in there with my cousin Tony. The Lamplighter. The Tramplighter too. Yeah, they called it that too.
Yes, they absolutely did.
But that burnt down. Now, Now, before we get started on the roll call. I just want to say that you were the best designated driver in the business back in the day, because that was back in the day when we used designated drivers, not that Uber shit.
Ain't no Uber, man. Ain't no
Lyft
Uber.
And Shift or whatever all that dumb shit's called. You were our designated driver. We were all me and the Eccles and all Melfi's. We were all the drunks back then. But you were the best designated driver. Okay?
I should have started Uber. I'd have been like a billionaire. But you can't charge your boys, right? You can't charge your boys. You just hook them up, right?
Okay.
Dude, we had some good times, though. Seriously, the times we had during that period of time was pretty wild, pretty fun.
Okay. Now, I'm going to start in our neighborhood first.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get, as many of them bars as I can first. Jester's was obviously a big hot spot. I used to go there when I was 13 years old with Chris Asensio and Tony Asensio, man, and my cousin Angel Asensio.
Okay. Yep. All right. Then I'm going to hit you with right across the street with the wagon wheel. What's some of you country folk know about the wagon wheel? What's up with that?
The wagon wheel. Not too far from Peppermint Lounge.
Oh,
Peppermint Lounge
We're going right around the corner, man. This is center
right around the corner, man.
Center of Richfield represent.
Yeah, Richfield and Dexel or somewhere over there. One of them.
Okay, how about that one down in Rollingwood? It's called the Stroll In, man. What's up with the Stroll In? What you know about that?
I'll tell you what I know about that, man. My boy Derek Neely, the one I introduced you to at the Flint Farmers Market. I think he works in one of them little barbecue joints. Black dude, big beard, nice guy.
Yeah.
The last time I was at Strollin' Lounge, when it was still called Strollin' Lounge, this was like 4 years ago, he wanted to do a Michigan State flag football game.
Okay.
Basically, like me get a team, and like me and him were coaches, by the way.
Sure.
We weren't playing. But I get a team with Michigan jerseys, and he gets a team, and they wear state jerseys. And he wanted to bring like all these people, like a big event.
Yep.
Okay. And I said, oh, okay. I said, who are you getting for the players? He said, oh, no. He said, I'm going to get the state guys. You get, your Michigan guys. I said, oh, I get to pick my own players. He said, yeah. Now, I think it's okay to admit this now. I cheated like a motherfucker, man. I mean, we never ended up playing the game.
Right.
But I had like half of the Flint Fury roster on my team, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Oh, you're pulling some ringers. Brought in some ringers.
Oh, yeah. Linemen and everything, man.
All right. I like it. Okay. My turn again? I can't remember where we're at. Okay. Let's go with, what I hit you with Stroll In. All right. We'll go crosstown. Okay. Right. You remember Celebrations?
Oh, dude, I was a club guy.
I knew you did.
Yes, I know Celebration. That's a club. What you doing at the clubs, man? You went to the bars, man.
Sometimes you had to get a go.
Man, I was at the club. Yeah, I was at that club, man. Celebration over there on Beecher Road, man.
What's up?
Right there by that old 7-Eleven over there.
Yeah,
of course. The Diplomat Pharmacy's over there.
Diplomat, baby.
I know about that Celebrations, man. Come on, man. All right, I'm going back to Richfield Road.
Over back.
I got to hit up Shenanigans every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
They had those good medium shell tacos in there, man. I got Shenanigans.
All right, Shenanigans. Oh, man, there we go. Okay. All right, well, I'll stay on the east side, too. Timothy's Pub. What's up with Timothy's Pub? What's up with that?
Timothy's Pub. When my kids were little, we used to go there on Saturday afternoons at noon and get 50-cent hot dogs.
Nice.
At Timothy's Pub.
There you go.
Okay, let me see. Where am I at now? I'm going to go to Dorton Davison Road, man. Kalusha's Bar.
Kalusha's?
It used to be right next to Famous Recipe.
Okay, yeah.
This office was bigger than Kalusha's bar.
Yeah,
but it was a nice bar though. That's where all those shop rats hung out.
All the shop rats. All right.
Matter of fact, the last time that I hit somebody with my fist was in that bar before. That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
I think it was a 2013 fat kid.
Okay.
He had it coming, man. But anyways, Terry Perez. Yeah. No. He was there. No.
Okay. What up, Terry?
He was there. He tells that story all the time.
Gotcha.
But Kalusha's Lounge.
Okay, fair enough. All right, cool. Let's go. Man, I'm trying to think of the one. All right, I'm already drawing blanks. This is bad already. All right. How about, what's that one we karaoke with all the boys back? JW's? Was that
JW's.
What was that before?
Well, now it's called Whiskey Hill.
Oh.
And it used to be called JW's.
Yes.
Did it have another name before that? Probably did.
And then what was the one, man, just down the street from that?
Poor Jake's.
Yes.
Poor Jake's. Dollar beers on Tuesdays. Me and Jay Welch used to go there.
Yeah, did that turn into like the Doghouse or something? Or was that different?
No, the Doghouse was by Leaders.
Yeah, that's right. Dang, that's right. Okay.
That's where the waitress checked you, man, because you went and got the order. Said, what's everybody having? Miller Lite? Okay, Miller Lite. Bud, Miller Lite? Okay. Mixed martini, whatever. And then she came to you. Coke. You see your ID, bud.
Yeah, she did check me, man.
Oh, why? Because of the Coke?
Can't even order a Coke. Getting checked, man. Okay, I forgot about that Doghouse. There it is, Doghouse.
Doghouse over there. That was on what, Davison Road?
Yep.
Okay, whose turn is it? My turn?
Yeah, I guess it is. I just rattled off like four.
Okay, Thrift City. Which is now Opa's over there in Averill and Davison Road.
Thrift City, bro. There you go.
Yeah, Thrift City.
All right. Okay. How about? So you're gonna have to help me with some of these. There's another one. There was another big one right down from JW's. It was like a club for like white people, man, back in the day. It was like car related. It was right next to
Cruisins.
Cruisins. There you go, Cruisins. That's like car related. Yeah. That's what I got, car related. Yeah. Cruisins. What you know about Cruisins?
Man, Laura Ball's uncle used to be the DJ there, Rockin' Ron.
Rockin' Ron. There you go.
Rockin' Ron. He had that good Scott Steiner mullet back then.
my uncle Fernando used to rock out at a few bars too. So I feel you on that, man.
Okay, let me see. Racers. They got good pizza there, and say it ain't called Racers no more.
I think they had a car on the roof.
Yeah, the car ain't there no more, and it ain't even called Racers no more. It's got like some. It's called like it's got like a sissy name now. It's called like a alibi or something like that. Not a sissy name for a bar.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cuss because I know there's minors here, but. That pissed me off.
Let's go a little farther up Dorrit Highway. And I know you know the Long Branch, right?
The Long Branch Saloon. Yeah, that's now a marijuana store.
Of course,
because I drive by it a lot. Okay, man, I gotta give my friend Sherry Cadell a shout out. Pearson and Dordt, Andy's Lounge.
Andy's Lounge.
Right across from Bill Lambier Packaging back in the day.
Yes, Bill Lambier Packaging. I stole the sign from that, by the way, when they closed.
I believe it.
I still have part of it. It's a big wood sign, but it's starting to rot now. Jeez. But anyways, yeah, actually, I had to steal that Bill Lambier Packaging.
You're so bad. You're so bad, Randy.
Gangsta with my Cokes. Ordered a Coke, I'm gangsta. All right, let me think if I can get another one here. I'll take you to Detroit. We'll go to Floods, man. What you know about Floods?
Floods?
I'm down in Detroit now. I'm in a different place.
Oh, okay. All right.
I worked with a guy who's like, I gotta take you into Floods, man. I'm like, what? Okay. How about man, let me see here. What was the one on Saginaw? The Vets? Was the Vets on Saginaw? Yeah, that's a party spot right there, right?
You was hanging out at the Vets?
I didn't say I hung out there. I just know of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Be careful hanging out there, man.
No, I'm not that hardcore. Nope, not at all.
Because next thing you know, you're going to say you was hanging out at the palm tree. Go with the palm tree, man.
Palm tree, right?
Go with the palm tree. What you know about the palm tree?
Raspberries. Where you at now?
Oh, man, look, I got beavers, man. What you got on beavers?
I was going to say that down by the shops, right?
Beaver, yeah.
Yeah, down by the dude.
Yeah, beavers.
Yeah, my dad definitely with the beavers down by the shop.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I'm going to see if I can get one more, man. I should know more. Oh, how about the Speakeasy in Flushing? That was fun.
Oh, the Tiki Bar.
Yeah, Tiki Bar. Speakeasy. Tim Ass was bouncing out there.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
May or may not have met my wife there.
Did you?
True story.
Oh,
true story. There you go, right there. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I never knew that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, let me see. I might hit Davison up, man.
Okay.
I might go to Madden's Lounge, man. Everybody goes there, man. Madden's Lounge.
Okay, all right, okay. Madden's Lounge up in Davison. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get one. Oh, the Nightcap in Clio. What's that? That was a news hangout, right? Oh, and the White Horse. How we not get the White Horse?
Oh, Judge Yoda's in the house.
Everybody in there. All the TV crew used to roll out there, man.
Yeah, OJ's Dream Team used to hang out in there. Oh, man.
You go there after 11, man, it'd be Bill Harris and Ed Phelps. The whole crew would be up in there.
Yeah, all them judges and lawyers in there, too.
Yeah, all them, too. Yep.
Okay, let me see. I had one in my head. Man, I'm going back to the 1800s when this bar was built. Still open today. The Davison Hotel.
Oh, Davison Hotel. Back open, by the way. Yes,
yeah, back open and remodeled, yeah.
There you go. It looks nice in there.
Good food in there.
All right, cool. What about the Torch? Got to hit the Torch up, right?
Of course you can,
Torch
man.
burger.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could go to Metropolis on Wednesdays on 80s night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Copa.
The Copa. Man, Cypress Hill played there, man, at the Copa. The fucking Cypress Hill shit. Man.
You know, when you're young, right? We're too young to get in there before it closed, right? When we were in high school. We drive down Saginaw, man. The Copa would be hopping. We'd be like, what's going on here, man? We'd be like 14, right? Somebody had a license. We'd be driving, drive by the Copa on a Saturday night. It'd be on.
Okay, let me see. The first time I ever hit somebody in the head with when bottles broke easier back then, they don't really break as easy now. The first time I ever hit somebody in the side of the head with a bottle was at Churchill's back in like 96 or 97 on Thursday night at Churchill's.
Right downtown.
College
Churchill's.
night.
Okay, there we go.
Crowned one of them college kids with a 40 bottle. A full 40 bottle. Yeah.
What a mess.
I know it. Me and Phil were some badass. You never knew what. All right, you got another one?
Oh, man, I think I'm out. I think I might be out. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm done. Where are you at with that?
Okay, let me see. Sharkies, man. So
Sharkies.
What you know about Sharkies?
Sharkies moved around a little bit, but
with those good reps. Yeah, the one they used to have one on Dordt Highway.
Yep.
And now where's it at? Center in Bristol?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
we're Puzzlers.
Puzzlers, dude. What's up with that?
You know what I'm saying? Then right down the road, Grand Blanc got Little Joe's, man. I know you know been to Little Joe's.
Oh, Grand Blanc Inn.
Grand Blanc Inn. Oh my God.
Down by mine. Right by the Saab dealership. What?
The Grand, you talking about across from Playland, right? That Grand Blanc Inn?
Okay, my bad. Not Grand Blanc Inn. What's
the Red Baron.
Red Baron. That's the one I'm thinking about. Red Baron's next to the yeah, that's not Grand Blanc Inn. Okay. Dude, I'm a bastard right there. All right, okay, we're done because I keep mixing these up.
Okay, the last bar you and I were at together, and we weren't there. It was on my birthday.
Yeah.
Fouch's on Corunna and Linden, right?
Linden,
there.
Yeah, right there.
Wasn't that the last time you and I were in a bar together? Because we don't go to the bar.
Not anymore.
But we went there. It's on my birthday. I had one.
That's right.
So okay,
all right, cool, man. All right, let's move forward. All right, let's hit the question times, right?
Okay, hold on now. I got something for you here. I'm going to conduct this real quick, okay?
All right, let's do it.
Since it's WrestleMania weekend, okay? You and I both was at WrestleMania 3 at the Pontiac Silverdome on March 29th, 1987, okay?
Yes.
Now, we weren't there together,
right?
But we were both in the building, okay? Right. I'm going to run down the card. And listen, man, anything you remember, just say, yeah, I remember that guy. And, oh, yeah, he wore a cowboy hat.
All right.
Just anything, man. Right. Okay, the first match, okay, the opening match.
And by the way, Ray knows these matches in order. He can tell you everything about them. Yeah. So I haven't really seen it since that day.
36 years ago, yeah.
Nice.
I was there. We were there. We were there. Okay, the first match we had opened up, we had the Can-Am Connection, Tom Zink and Rick Martel versus Ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, and the Magnificent Morocco, managed by Mr. Fuji. What you know about that?
All right, man. I love Morocco, by the way. Morocco was my guy. He was kind of dangerous.
He's the real Rock. They called him the Rock. That's the real Rock.
The real Rock, yes. Dude,
almost as big as me. Man.
I know this ain't the same match, but when they hung Steamboat, him and Mr. Fuji, they hung him by the ropes. I was scared of that, man. That was some wicked stuff, man. Mr. Fuji would hit you with that Fuji dust, and the Rock was just mean.
I wish you wouldn't have brought up that thing with Ricky Steamboat because about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Liv Morgan had lost a match on SmackDown, and they showed a little girl crying in the crowd.
Yeah.
But she got to meet Liv Morgan later on because Liv felt bad for her. She heard about it. And I was trying to think about the only time that I ever cried, like if I ever done that. I think that I might have shed a tear because it hurt me inside when they were hanging Steamboat.
Dude, they were hanging him
by his throat. Yeah.
They were hanging him.
They were hanging. I mean, they were legitimately hanging his ass.
They were, dude.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, they were wicked.
I was so scared, and oh, my God. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that was the first match.
Okay, good.
Match number 2.
Okay.
In my opinion, was the third best match of the night on that great card. The Battle of the Full Nelsons. Oh. Billy Jack Haynes and the Mighty Hercules, managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. What you know about that?
Oh, man. This is what I know about the Full Nelson, right? I hated that move. We used to wrestle in the front yard, right? I mean, I remember that match a little bit, right? But, man, when somebody gets you hooked in that Full Nelson, you ain't doing much with that. You can't even really elbow. I'm like, I hate the Full Nelson. That's all I got on that match, but because I can't remember a thing about that except for that. That move is hardcore. But you got to be locked. You get that thing locked, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Okay. By the way, the Can-Am Connection won that match, by the way. Okay. Now, the match we're talking about now, Hercules had the chain around his fist, and he busted Billy Jack right in the forehead, busted him wide open. This wasn't no blade job, what they do now. Like on TV, you can see him on TV taking a blade out and cutting it. No. He busted Billy Jack Haynes right in the forehead with that chain. It looked like a fountain coming out.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that match ended up in a double disqualification. Okay, no one won that match.
Get hit with a chain, that might be disqualified.
Okay, the match number 3. You and I have talked about this match before. You brought this up, so I know you remember this. Hillbilly Jim and Little Beaver and the Haiti Kid, the midgets, versus King Kong Bundy versus Lord Littlebrook and Little Tokyo. What you know about that match, man?
I gotta tell you, man.
How do I memorize all the damn names?
I don't even know. But, dude, there was a lasting image in my head of Hillbilly Jim carrying this midget out of the ring.
Little Beaver. He's carrying him.
Because the King Kong Bundy splashed him. I mean, come on. I don't know whose idea.
Dropped the big elbow.
I don't know whose idea was to put King Kong Bundy's big ass in the ring with these little dudes, right? And I know these guys are tough. Don't get me wrong, right? All right? But when you take King Kong Bundy and you splash a little dude, and I just remember he's walking out of the ring, right? He's got this little bit in his hand, like, oh, man. Oh, dude, that was messed up. Yeah. I will never forget that image right there.
Yep. Who won that? But Hillbilly and the Little Guys won that one by disqualification. Okay, the next match, your favorite wrestler back in the day.
He was mean.
Oh, yeah. Your favorite wrestler back in the day, the Junkyard Dog versus King Harley Race in a loser must bow match. What you know about that? What you know about the Junkyard Dog?
Well, Junkyard Dog was my boy, man. I'm telling you, first of all, that theme music, right? Both of them, right? Don't. Another one bites the dust, right? So when that came out,
that was his first one,
I would always get hyped, right? And of course, it said "thump" on the back of his tights, right on his ass, thump right on his ass, right? All right, and then of course later on, right after the album was released, we had that grab them kicks. Yeah, I don't care, man. He was the coolest cat in wrestling.
Yeah, Dog was badass. Dog was badass.
He was the coolest cat. I don't know how you do not like the Junkyard Dog. You have to like the Junkyard Dog.
Now I'm gonna give him credit on something during that match. He lost the match.
Yeah.
And King Harley Race sat down on the chair. Bobby Heenan had the crown in his hand. They were telling the dog to bow. That was the stipulation.
Yep.
First he gave a little curtsy, and then he bowed. I'll give him credit for that. Then he took that chair and just waffled Harley Race's head. And he put his robe on, put the crown on, then he got back on that little wrestling cart with the wheels on it. Yeah. So, Junkyard Dog, man.
All right.
Okay, the next match, the Dream Team.
Okay.
We got Beefcake and Valentine with Luscious Johnny V and Dino Bravo in their corner.
Okay.
Against the fabulous Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond, as Gorilla called him. His name was Raymond, but Gorilla Monsoon always said Raymond. Do you know about any of them?
All right. I can tell you that your Beefcake and Valentine were money, right? I mean, that was the squad right there. And you got to meet Beefcake and Valentine, and that was pretty cool.
They couldn't have been nicer guys. They were so nice and polite. All them old school guys are so wonderfully nice, man. But
that was awesome. You got to spend time with them and actually chill out. That was pretty actually cool as hell. But Greg Valentine had the killer elbow, right? I just remember that, right? Boom! He dropped the hammer on you, right? Didn't he wind it up? Dropped the hammer on you, bam, like that. Of course, I think I liked Beefcake better before he became the barber. Did all that barber stuff, like Brutus the Barber, Beefcake. I just liked it when they were just the Dream Team. But that's what I got there. That's what I got there.
Okay.
The tag teams were the bomb back then, though, right?
There was a lot of great tag teams back then.
Volkov and the Iron Sheik, and then you had the British Bulldogs and the Killer Bees. Then you had there were so many of them, right? I was like, oh my God, tag teams were the bomb back then. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they're slowly but surely kind of bringing back the tag team division, which is kind of cool.
All right.
Okay. Now, the next match, my favorite heel wrestler ever. Heel means bad guy for the wrestling impaired. Roddy Piper in his retirement match versus the adorable Adrian Adonis with Jimmy Hart in a loser lose their hair match. You know about the adorable Adrian Adonis and Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, the rowdy one.
I got to tell you, one of the best storylines ever in the history of wrestling is Roddy Piper. Because one day he was a good guy, one guy he was a bad guy. You hated this guy. He was dangerous and mean, but he was awesome every time. Like, you remember when he clocked
Jimmy Snuka with that coconut.
Right?
That was a real coconut.
I know.
He hit him with a real coconut, and Snuka was out of it.
Yeah.
According to him, he said, I was totally out of it. And before he died, when he used to talk about that incident all the time, he always says, as many times as he's watched it on a film, he said, I don't remember getting hit with that coconut.
Yeah. You know what Piper reminds me of? Like he just seems like a cool dude, but that guy he's just dangerous at any time. Like, you always hung around with that one guy or the guy that was like, this guy is a loose cannon. I love this guy, but he's a loose cannon,
He's one of those guys that if he's hanging out with us today, it's going to be somebody's turn to babysit this motherfucker.
Yes.
I babysat him last time.
Yes.
Like, Randy, it's your turn.
Yes.
You're babysitting him this time.
He's like the Joe Pesci of wrestlers, right? You just don't know when he's going to be stabbing somebody in the neck because he's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I got you, right?
Yeah, that was definitely Roddy. Okay, the very next match we had.
Wait, who won that one?
Roddy.
Okay.
Roddy won. Put him in the sleeper hold. Beefcake came in and revived Roddy Piper because he was out of it.
Yep.
And then he ended up putting Adonis to sleep. Sweet. And Roddy won his retirement match. Okay, now we got the British Bulldogs and Tito Santana.
Tito.
Versus the Hart Foundation and Dangerous Danny Davis. The pride of New Hampshire.
Dangerous Danny Davis. Wasn't he the ref that turned?
Yes.
Yeah, the ref that turned.
I have never in my life, I've been watching wrestling since 1981.
Yeah.
I love Danny Davis now. I got nothing but respect for him now. I love to listen to his interviews. But I'm talking about back then, I have never in my life hated a human being than I did him.
Oh, you terrible.
I hated him back then. But he was good at what he did, though.
Yeah,
I understand now. I get it now. But back then I was a kid. I was at grade school.
Right. And now you like the bad guys, right?
And he got the pin in that. He's the one who scored the pin in that one.
Oh, man. Tito let him pin him. Who got pinned?
I think it was Davy Boy. It wasn't Tito.
Okay.
It was one of the Bulldogs. I want to say it was Davy Boy.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
When Tito says that, did he get to throw someone in the figure four, though? Wasn't that his move?
He did. He almost put Davis in the figure four, but the anvil came and broke it up. Now he did hit somebody with that flying forearm.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Neidhart. That's my sister Angela's favorite wrestler back then, Jimmy Anvil Neidhart. She loved Neidhart.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Let me see. The next match we got Coco Beware with Frankie the Bird against the natural Butch Reed with Slick in his corner.
Slick.
Yeah. How about this? You might not have known this. Butch Reed, former Kansas City Chief, your favorite football team.
I had no idea. Really?
Like late 70s, early 80s. Yep. He was billed from Kansas City. He played for the Chiefs.
I had no idea, dude.
Yeah, the natural Butch Reed.
Of course, he got the natural, so he's got the blonde look, which has nothing to do with natural for your black guy, right? But he had the blonde, curly hair, big black dude, then Coco Beware. He was everybody's favorite. He had the bird.
Yeah.
I never really liked him much, though. He was too corny for me, but he was cool, right?
What happened to that bird? I was listening to Coco Beware, a shoot interview. Frankie the Bird died in a house fire.
Oh,
yeah, that's how Frankie died, man. Oh. Now, I'm going to give Brent Henson a shout out here. Coco Beware is from Union City, Tennessee. That's where Brent resides now.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure Brent knows that because he's a good Brent Henson in the house.
Nice. All right.
Okay, that was that one. Now, the next match, the greatest match of all time, and we were there to witness it, the Intercontinental title match between Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage. Both in their prime. You will never in your life see a better wrestling match ever.
All the drama that was around that, too, right?
Oh, yeah, when he hit him with the bell, when he crushed his throat with the bell.
And you just, this is the kind of match you watch, and you're like, these guys are just athletes, man. These guys are getting after it, right? But yeah. He crushed his larynx, crushed Ricky Steamboat's larynx, right? Oh, Macho Man had the whole Elizabeth thing going on.
Yeah.
And Ricky Steamboat's the pretty boy, but they both could, dude, those guys were in their prime at that point too, man. Pretty cool.
Yep. So Ricky Steamboat won that title bout. George Animal Steel was in the corner of Ricky Steamboat.
Of course he was.
Michigan State graduate.
Yeah.
George Animal Steel.
Substitute teacher in Detroit,
Substitute teacher.
You
ever seen a picture of him, like his graduation picture? I don't know if this is college or high school. You ever seen what he looked like?
No.
Very, very handsome fella back then. Yeah.
Because he turned into a hairy mess. He looks like me. I'm not far from George the Animal right now, dude. If I had a little more hair on my shoulders, I'd be him. If I was eating turnbuckles.
Jeez. All right, here we go. The next one, Jake the Snake Roberts with Alice Cooper in his corner.
Oh, Alice Cooper, baby.
Versus the Honky Tonk Man with Colonel Jimmy Hart.
Nice. Colonel Jimmy Hart. Okay. Honky Tonk Man and oh my God, Honky Tonk Man. He just bust you with that guitar, right? They did tell me he busted over there with his guitar.
Yeah, the guitar he was using was a little different than the guitars they use now.
Yeah.
Because the guitars they use now are all gimmicked up.
Yeah.
Like I could hit you that hard with the guitar and it's going to splatter all over the place.
He was using real.
He hit Jake in the Snake Pit. Jake the Snake used to have a show like Piper's Pit.
Yeah.
He had what was called the Snake Pit.
Yep.
And he hit Jake like baseball style. He swung that thing like a baseball bat with that acoustics guitar.
Yeah.
He hit him hard. It made a loud noise, barely put a dent in that guitar.
Dang, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he suffered a bad injury. Okay, let me see. Now Honky won that one.
Okay.
So we got one more before the Hawk Andre match. We got the Killer Bees versus the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov with Slick in their corner.
I know you're going to hate this, right? But I used to root for the foreign guys, the Russians.
Why would I hate that? Why would I hate that?
Because it was all USA, America back in the day, right? But I used to, you know what's funny too? I used to try to sing the Russian national anthem. I didn't know what the hell he was saying, but he'd be up there, oh, no, and I'd be trying to sing it like I knew it, right? Like my brother would be, oh, what's up with that? He'd take me over, and we'd start wrestling in the living room, right? Because I was trying to sing the Russian national anthem.
Okay, now we got the big one. The last match, then we'll move on here.
All right, wait, who won that one?
Sheik and Volkov won by disqualification because the Sheik had B. Brian Blair in the camel clutch. Hacksaw came running down the aisle with that 2x4 and hit the Sheik with the 2x4, and the ref called it.
Gave him the America 2x4.
So yeah, the Sheik and Volkov won by disqualification.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Okay, now we got Bob Uecker coming out to make the announcement for the Hogan and Andre, with Mary Hart there also from Entertainment Tonight. So we got Hogan and Andre. Now, we don't really have to talk about the match. We know how the match turned out. We know we body slammed him and all that. But, man, the build-up for that. Remember you said, that Piper's Pit episode? And it's hard to describe what that feeling was like, seeing Andre come down in the cart and then seeing Hogan walk down the aisle in front of 93,000 people. I can't even, to this day, man, I can't even put into words what that felt like.
Dude, all right, so listen, we're talking about the largest indoor crowd ever at the time at the Pontiac Silverdome, right? And, you're a kid at the time, right? 8, 9, 10, I don't know how old we were, right? 11, 12, something like that, right? We're kids. And I had never seen nothing like that, right? My whole life, it was such a big deal just building up, watching it on TV, right? Like I said, I teared up when he ripped the cross off Hogan, right? But then you get in this building. I had never been to the Silverdome before. I'd never been to something, right? And I'm part of the largest crowd in the history of the world, right?
Yes.
Indoor crowd, right? And it's crazy. Just the event itself and being in that whole event and seeing the crowd go nuts and Hogan slam him, man, it's giving me chills right now just thinking about that, right?
Man.
And you're a kid, so first time you see something like that the whole time, you're just like this, right? You're going in the doors, the wind's sucking you into the dome. You know what I mean? You're not used to any of this. It was the whole thing was such an experience, right? And then oh, sorry about that. My bad.
Now you're getting the messages now.
I know, right? Turn that ringer off, man. I'm an amateur. That's amateur hour right there. But anyways, just that whole experience of that, everybody was there. Everybody from my block was there.
Yeah.
You were there. It's crazy. Just that whole thing, man. And it was awesome.
It was awesome. Now, one last thing about that match. I have to acknowledge this. In my opinion, Andre won that match. You know why I say that? You remember what happened at the beginning of the match?
Trying to remember.
At the very beginning of the match, okay, they had the stare down. Remember, they were staring at each other for 3 minutes, and then they had a little pushing and shoving match?
Yep.
Hogan hit him a couple times. He went for the big slam, and then Andre fell back on him. Joey Morella, 1, 2. He counted 3.
He did, huh?
Joey Morella counted. God rest him. He died in a car accident. It was Gorilla Monsoon's son. He counted 3. You could hear it. Andre is still the heavyweight champion, in my opinion.
There you go.
Andre the Giant. Never lost the belt. Okay.
I was a Hawk.
Hey, good WrestleMania 3 recaps. Good. We were there.
I love it, man.
We were there. Okay, man. I got some Q&A here before we do the What You Know About. You ready for your Q&A?
Yep, I got you. Yep.
Okay. I got 2 of my own.
Okay.
The other 2 I went to the public.
Okay.
Okay? This could be your typical Ray Dog type questions right here. I'm going to start you just to loosen you up with, the little Mac questions from last time.
Uh-huh.
In your opinion, what is the stupidest rule between these two in sports?
Are you kidding me? I was going to throw a rule question at you, but all right, hit it.
The possession arrow in college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Or in NFL when referees warn the crowd about the crowd noise. Yeah. What is the dumbest rule out of the 2 of them?
It's the crowd noise for sure. Listen, they both need to be fixed, but the crowd noise is ridiculous, right?
Telling people to be quiet so the guy can hear this.
I'm not even sure they do that anymore. Do they do that anymore?
The only time I remember them doing that, I remember them doing it twice, but once it was at the Silverdome, like the Barry Sanders years.
Yeah.
I think Neil O'Donnell was quarterbacking for the New York Jets at the time after his Steelers days, and they called a penalty on the crowd, on the Lions, because they're too loud.
That's crazy. I think they got rid of that, but it was just dumb. They should have never had it in the first place. That's the whole point of home court advantage, right?
Right,
That's what the fans are there for, right?
This ain't a tennis match.
Thank you.
You ain't on the PBA tour.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Football, man. Okay. Now you're okay.
All right. I like it.
Okay, one more Ray Dog question for you.
Okay.
You don't have to rate these 1 through 3. Just pick your favorite of the 3. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Mr. B's. Yes, that Mr. B's. Okay.
Let's go.
We got Mr. B's.
Yep.
Bees Bowling, or the Killer Bees, who we just talked about a minute ago. Give me the bees, man.
I gotta go with Mr. B's, man. I know you're gonna say that, but dude, you know how much of my childhood I spent at Mr. B's, man. We would walk up there sometimes 2-3 times a day because there's nothing else to do, right? Ride your bike up there, roll back there, right? I can remember so my mom used to send me up there, right? My mom would send me up to Mr. B's to get an 8-pack of Coke. You remember Coke back in the day, right? It came in bottles, right?
Yeah.
I'd ride my bike up there, and then you'd have to carry it in the holder. But that thing was so sharp, it would dig into your fingers, right? And I'd be riding my bike with one hand. And by the time I got home with 8 bottles of full Coke, I had this red line on my hand. It hurt. It hurt. But anyways, no, Mr. B's everything. We play our video games there. We talked about that last show, right? They used to have circus days up there. What you remember about circus days at Mr. B's, man? They'd have everybody would dress up as clowns and be giving you free stuff. Mr. B's was the bomb, man. And you'd always try to go there, right? And even when my mom would go, she'd try to go grocery shopping, right? We were dumbass kids, right? We would hide in the back of the car, right? So we knew she would go, right? So we jump and hide down in the back of the car. We wouldn't tell her until we got there. She'd pull up into the parking lot, park the car. We'd pop up, hey! She'd freak out, what you doing in here? I'm like, we want to go to the store. Get your ass out of the store, And so, anyways, she'd make us wait in the car, anyways. But love Mr. B's, man.
Okay.
Mr. B's.
I'm going with the Killer Bees. I gotta go with Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair, the Killer Bees. And if you look at them now, both of them now, they look great.
Yeah,
they look absolutely great.
That's
for their
cool.
age.
Killer Bees.
They're in their 70s. They look awesome.
That's crazy. I was never a big fan of the Killer Bees. I like the British Bulldogs. I like
the Killer Bees? Or you weren't a big fan of the Bees?
Nah, I wasn't a big fan of the Bees, man.
That seems like somebody you would like.
I wasn't on that. I don't know why I didn't like them much, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, tag teams were fun though.
Okay. Right. Now we're going to the public here. I got a couple questions here from the public.
Oh, all right.
One is from Becky Roy, and the other one's from Mike Fordham.
Okay.
Now, what I'm about to say right now, Mike will get a kick out of it.
Okay, let's go.
He knows that, that's Ray, you crazy ass. Becky, whatever. Give me one of them.
Becky, you ain't like that.
Okay, here's their questions. All right, Becky, I'm going to give she gave 2 questions. I'm going to do the easier one.
Okay.
No, it's not an easy question.
Okay.
It'll just be a quicker question.
All right, let's go.
I have no idea how to answer this, so are you going to make me answer it too, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. This was one of her questions.
Okay.
You got to choose one or the other. Okay. Would you rather, if everybody in the world that sees you, they can always see what you're thinking 24 hours a day, 7 days, 300, every day, they can always see what you're thinking at all times. Would you rather live like that? Or would you rather have it to where the whole world can see what you're doing every day for the rest of your life, all day?
Oh, man. Okay. Oh.
I know, man.
Dude, that's tough. Okay. I think I'd have to go with see what I'm doing. Because I got to tell you, Ray, I'm kind of lame, right? But what goes on in my head, I can't have people knowing that.
Okay, let me see.
And I'm a TV guy, right? So, we got a camera around, I'll deal with that. And I'm pretty lame. But my thoughts, hey, man, y'all don't even know that.
Okay, I'm going to do something for the first time in our Donald Flint Town history.
All right.
I'm going to correct your answer before I answer for myself.
Okay, let's do it.
You know why? Because I love you. I would rather have people see what you're thinking because you're a married man.
Okay.
And people don't need to be, seeing you making love. People don't need to see a married man making love to his wife.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Fair enough.
So I'm going to change it for you.
Okay.
People are going to see what you're thinking, not what you're doing 24 because you're married.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not married.
Okay.
I give 2 French fry titty fucks if people see what I'm doing. If I got a girlfriend, I bring somebody home, I'll show them. I'll show them video. I don't care. Not my wife, though.
Right.
You ain't seeing my wife.
All right, I'm with you on that.
Wife is sacred. You ain't going to hear about what I do with my wife, and you ain't going to see what I do with my wife. That's our business.
Okay, fair enough.
Anybody else can see what the hell, I don't care.
All right, Ray's saving me.
I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but I've done that. Just trust me.
All right, okay.
Now, for me, man, let me see. I want to be married again someday to a good woman, so yeah, you're just gonna have to see what I'm thinking.
Okay, all right, okay.
You ain't gonna see me in the bedroom with my wife, not my wife. I don't think so.
All right, I like it. Okay. Good question. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't think she thought of that on her own. I think she looked at it.
I don't know. That's pretty good.
Just kidding, Becky. Don't get all mad. Okay, now I got the.
You can punch him. It's cool.
Okay. I told both of these two, just make it I knew they'd come up with good questions.
Yeah.
But don't make it too, difficult.
Yeah.
They did a good job, but of course they made a novel out of it. I had to scroll to read this damn thing. Okay, anyways.
All right. So this is Mike. This is Fordham?
No, this is Becky. This is Becky's
okay.
other question. Okay. Just read it. Because I don't want to read. Just read it on your own.
Oh, man, this is a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my question. From a middle-aged man's perspective, statistics show that only 30% of millennials get married in their 20s, delaying marriage until their mid-30s. This trend has also shown that many marriages are considered open marriages, meaning that their spouses can have intimate relationships with other partners outside the marriage. Do you think this trend has affected social norms regarding family values? What effects do you believe this will have in the future generations? Let me know what you think. Okay, that's a lot of stuff there. Okay, so I'm okay with people delaying their marriages until the 30s. I'm good with that, right? And I'm also okay with people doing what they want to do in their marriages, right? I'm not the kind of guy who's trying to do an open thing, nothing like that. So, and I think it just depends on who you guys are. I'm okay with it. I don't think it's destroying the world. I think what people do in their private lives isn't bringing down the world. It's not ending anything. It's not making us degenerates. It's not, you know what I mean? If everybody's on board, everybody's being smart, everybody's on board, let it fly. You know what I mean? You live once, do what you got to do, right? Now, if you're hurting people, if you're doing stuff like that the other way, then it's different, right? But a lot of times we go, oh, these generations are changing things, or millennials are doing this or that. People said the same crap about us, right? Same shit about us. And I don't know that it's always true. Sometimes I do, but other times I'm like, you know what? Especially when it comes to people's personal lives, let them be. Let them be. As long as they ain't hurting me or you or anybody else. If that third party wants to get involved with that couple and they want, whatever, right? So, not my thing, no.
I don't know. What does that mean?
So, like, if you want to have, or if you want to have an open thing, right? Or I guess that's the way she's phrased it.
I don't know if I've really ever understood what open. I mean, I think I know what open. What do they mean by open?
Yeah, basically, if you're married, it doesn't matter. You guys could go do your own thing.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's not me either. That's not me either. But I'm not hating if somebody wants to do that. It's just that it's not me, man. It's not where I'm going. Yeah.
I ain't sharing.
Yeah.
Let me see. The only thing that I can really say about that, I don't even know if it even pertains to that question. I've been married before.
Yeah.
I was married for 10 years.
Sure.
And I had a great wife.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why we aren't married now is because of me, because of my mistakes.
Sure.
Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But turning a negative into a positive, in my case, I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I've been single for quite a while now. I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I understand that, but I'm just waiting. I'm not waiting. I'm sorry. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I think it'll happen in the future.
Yeah.
But if I get married again, I will be I will be a husband that I should have been the first time.
Oh, right, cool. That's awesome.
I made a lot of mistakes, man.
Yeah.
But I've learned.
We got some personal growth on this mug, right?
It is what it is, man.
Seriously,
it is. I'm not. No, Melissa's a good person, man.
Yeah.
She was we were married for 10 years. 9.5 of those years were absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
But no, it's me.
And see, and I think people need that. They need time to figure it out. When you get married young, and this goes back to Becky's question, right? Like when you get married when you're babies in your 20s or whatever, I mean, you don't even know who you are yet, right? You know part of it, but like you ain't who you are yet. You're not a grown ass person yet. You might be an adult officially, and you know what I mean. But like, you don't know who you are yet. Nobody does at that age, right? So it's like it's hard if you get married that early. That's why I'm totally cool with people waiting, you know. And I get worried at couples that get married early because I'm like. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because you've seen so many of them just not work, because you become two different people over that span of time.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Great questions. Great questions, Becky.
Ready for the Fordham?
All right, let's hit them. Hit it
This is a good one. Well, Becky's was a good one, too.
It was. They're both good.
I called Mike on the phone, I think it was like a week and a half ago. And I said, listen, man, you're the first person I'm calling. I said, because I wanted one of Randy's former teammates to come up with a question. I said, you and Dre are the only smart people we ever played with in terms of being smart and intelligent. And I know Dre's just too busy for this, so I said, I'm calling you. He said, all right, I get it, Ray. I said, listen, we're not doing a show until like a week or two from now. Right. You got a couple days. He said, no. He said, you're good, man. He said, listen. He said, I'm busy today. I'm all tied up. He said, I'll text you in the morning with my question. And sure enough, he did.
Sweet.
And this. Okay, let me. Okay, this is called Keep erase and replace.
All right, keep, erase, and replace.
Yes, and I have to come up with the 3 memories. I'm coming up with the memories.
Okay.
So we're going to do which one you're going to keep first, okay? Yep. Here's your 3 memories. The Cubs winning the World Series when you were there in Cleveland.
Game 7.
Game 7, 2016. Bought the tickets from Chris Chelios.
That's right. We did that story too.
Okay.
Yep.
That memory.
Okay.
Singing on stage with the Digital Underground.
Ah, yes.
Randy, listen, man. You was on stage singing with the Digital Underground. We have all met entertainers and actors, okay? We've been to games that are larger than life. Not every average person sings with the Digital Underground in front of 3,000 people and the Nation of Islam there, with Kwame there.
Kwame. You
had Kwame doing the Popeye the Smurf and the Jerry Lewis in the front row, man, with the towel around, man, his neck. That memory and scoring a touchdown against Flint Northern. That's the 3rd memory. Which memory are you keeping of those 3?
Oh, man. All right, I think I'm going to keep the Digital Underground thing, because that was so much fun. I got to rock a crowd in Detroit on stage. Like, it was kind of badass. For that moment, I was a superstar, right? So I'll keep that one. I'm gonna keep that one.
Think about the people that were watching you rock the house. You had Public Enemy was watching you there.
Yeah.
Flav was watching that.
Seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Chubb Rock was watching that.
Chubb Rock was in there. Naughty by
MC
Nature.
Search was there. Yeah, Naughty by Nature. Tretch was Cabbage Patch into that. All of those guys were watching you do that with the Underground.
That's pretty awesome.
And you, dude, word for word, you nailed it. You nailed it. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, now you have to erase one of the other 2. The Cubs winning the World Series or scoring a touchdown.
Okay.
Against our arch rival.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what right now. I'm going to erase the touchdown, and this is why. Because to me, that team wasn't about me, right? It was a cool thing I did, right? Like, I fell on a ball in the end zone, scored a touchdown. The game was out of hand. We were already kicking their ass, right? So, we beat them 35-0, right? It was really just about getting to the playoffs at that point, right? And so, it was cool, and I loved it, right? But that to me, it's not about me. That was about the team, right? And so that touchdown, I love it. It's fun to talk about. It's awesome to be there with my boys, but we all know, right? I should have been scoring a touchdown, right? So, it's no big deal to be like, okay, that didn't happen. You know what I mean? I love it, though, and I love the memory of it, but I can let that one go, because to me, that team, that time, it was about all of us. It was about that crew. You know what I mean? And it wasn't about that individual thing. So that's why I could get rid of that one.
Okay. Yeah. So now you got to replace the Cubs one. Now, he said you could come up with anything, something funny, something. Now, hold on. Hold on. Let me say this. We already know that getting married was the best day of your life, okay? We know that. So give me your second favorite memory.
Man, I don't know. That's so hard to do. I got a lot of favorite memories. I don't know if I have I don't have a second.
Becky, did you hear what he just said? Did I tell you he's going to do that?
Yeah,
I told Becky. I told her, I said, well, she's going to say, oh, man, I don't know. Oh,
this is a tough one.
Thank you for not calling me a liar.
You know me, man. You know me. All right. So, okay. So I get to replace this with a made-up memory or with a
memory. It could be a funny memory. Anything.
So I got to replace the World Series.
Yes.
Man, I don't want to replace that. Okay,
all right. You got to replace it.
All right, I'm going to replace that with. Here's what I'm going to replace that with. I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I'm going to replace that with the memory of me, Tim Ass, and Melfi driving in a car up north.
Okay.
That's one of my best times. Just riding, right? Just riding and talking shit, being with my people. I love that. I love that with you. I love that with my mom. I love that with that. I'll do that with anybody. I love that. So that's what I want to replace that with.
Hey man, that's all right. I like that answer.
All right, cool. That's the best I could do. Game 7 was
that's
pretty awesome.
Okay, your turn.
Those are great, man. Good call, Mike. Good questions, Mike. That's awesome. I'd love to have other guys out here to talk about what they do with that.
I told Becky, I'm trying to put him in a situation because I don't want Randy. Oh man. I don't know.
that was tough, bro. All right. Okay, Ray, I got you right here. Okay?
Got me, huh?
You are going to spit fire on this. I know, in a good way, you're not going to be angry. It's time to do what you know about, all right? And I'm going to do something I know you know a lot about. What you know about 1990s college football. Let me just start spitting. What you know about that, Ray?
1990s
college football.
College football.
What you know, man?
I don't listen. For some odd reason, I can't believe this. This might be the most obscure reference in the history of the world. For some odd reason, the first name that came to my mind was David Klingler for some reason.
David Klingler?
Don't ask me why, because I don't know. David Klingler, okay? All right. 1990. I'm going to start with 1990, man. Rocket Ishmael got robbed of the Heisman.
Yeah.
To Ty Detmer. I don't care how many records.
Detmer.
I don't care how many records he broke and all that.
BYU.
Rocket Ishmael was clearly the best player. Look, I hate Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Listen, it is what it is. Rocket Ishmael was clearly the best player in college football, one of the most electrifying athletes in the history of sports. He should have won the Heisman in 1990. Okay, 1990, that was the infamous fifth down.
Yeah.
Colorado, they had 5 downs. I think it was against Missouri, I think. The infamous fifth down, Darian Hagan and Eric Bieniemy and all them.
Bieniemy.
You know what I'm saying? Bieniemy, he a coach now?
Yeah. Well, was with the Chiefs, but he just went to the Redskins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got 1991. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ange, my sister Angela, took me to Michigan Stadium when Desmond did the Heisman pose.
Oh, you were there?
Angela and I were there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because Ange was a senior in college that year. When Ange was in college, I went to all the basketball, football. Not all the games, but I went to a lot of them.
Yeah.
And we went to every Ohio State game.
Nice.
We was there when he struck a pose, and we also gave Kirk Herbstreit a concussion that game also.
Oh, wow.
He was their quarterback.
Put him out. Yeah.
We concussed that SOB. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We beat them, and my boy won the Heisman. Okay, then we got, 1992, my adopted team, man. I know about the Miami Hurricanes, the U.
The U, baby,
you know
the
what
U.
I'm saying? Gino Torretta, won the Heisman that year, one of the greatest teams ever. That was 1992. And then in 93, man, come on, man. Charlie Ward won that Heisman, man, for the Florida State
Florida
Seminoles.
State, baby.
They won the national title.
He was a baseball player, too, right? What he was the two-sport guys?
Basketball and football.
Basketball, football. That's what it was. Okay, yeah, my bad. Not baseball. Basketball. Yep.
So, yeah, man, and Florida State, they're basketball. Oh, no, we're talking college football here. Okay. Yep. So, Charlie Ward, Heisman winner, good Florida State Seminoles team. Now, God, I can't. This is like the Notre Dame show here. I got to give Notre Dame another plug here again. Okay, but I got to be honest, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You play for Notre Dame in 93. I play for Florida State. Okay? Number 1 versus number 2. This happened too, okay? Then the game is at Notre Dame. We're at your place. You win. You beat us. Okay? So now you're 8-0 or whatever, and we're 7-1.
Right.
Both of our teams finished the regular season with the same record. We both have 1 loss. Who should play for the national title? My team that lost to you, or you beat us in the head-to-head.
Yeah.
You won the head-to-head.
So you got to play for it. Yeah.
Florida State played for the national title, which is bull.
Yeah.
Bull. Okay.
Yep.
I love Charlie Ward. He was. He had a great year, Heisman winner. Notre Dame should have played for the national title, not Florida State. They won the head-to-head.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm judging it by the head-to-head meeting. They beat them. So if you're Notre Dame, you're saying, why are you voting these guys in? How are they better than us when we beat them?
Yeah.
So
one of the arguments for the college football playoffs back then, right?
Okay, yeah. I'm not plugging Notre Dame no fucking more into that, okay? That's enough Notre Dame shit.
All right, what else
Let's go to 94, man. God rest him, man. The late Rashaan Salam. He won the Heisman for the Colorado Buffaloes, man. That was the year the Hail Mary Cordell Stewart threw on my Michigan. Hey, knock it off. I'm being objective here, talking about Notre Dame. You be nice. I know you loved that when Cordell threw that. Was intended for Ray Caruth, but ended up in Westbrook's hands. I think Derek Sweet, they were at that game, but his dad, they left in like the second quarter because he didn't want to deal with the traffic.
Oh, they missed that?
He didn't want to deal with the traffic, so they took the kids home early. They didn't even see the Hail Mary. But yeah, I think that was a number 4 versus number 7 matchup. That was the first game of the year. Yeah. He threw that ball from like the 30-yard line, Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just to let it fly.
Yeah, so that was in 94. Tyrone Wheatley, he missed a couple games that year. He would have got hurt. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Michigan fan. I do believe that he would have won the Heisman had he not gotten injured. He was clearly the best running back. No disrespect to Rashaan Salam.
Sure. Yeah.
He was a great running back, man. But Tyrone Wheatley in college was clearly a better running back than Rashaan Salam. Okay. Now we got 1995, man. Those Nebraska teams, I'm being objective again.
Yep.
I mean, those Tom Osborne mid-1990s Nebraska teams were some of the best teams that I've ever seen, man. They just poured it on the Florida Gators in 95. Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips and all them, and Corey Schlesinger was on those teams.
Yep. They just bulldozed you, man. Yep.
They just, they just pushed Florida shit in like it was going out of style. So that happened in 95. That was that good college team. What did we do that year? Oh, that was the year 95. That was the year Eddie George won the Heisman for Ohio State, but that's when Bianca Patuca ran all over them.
Yeah, yep.
We ruined their undefeated season.
Yep.
That's the first of 2 years in a row we ruined their undefeated season, but Bianca Patuca had like 323 that year.
That's crazy. Yep.
When you watch Bianca Patuca running the ball in that game, he didn't have no big like 80-yard games like you might think. Because usually when somebody has 300, 350 yards, usually they have like a 90-yard scamper somewhere here and there. Dude, all of his runs, every single time he ran the ball, he got between like 9 and 22 yards
just
every play. No less and no more.
Yep.
So that was 95. That's that college season, okay? Yeah, Dre was on that team.
Of course.
And then 96, we ruined their undefeated season again. They was 11-0. We had a couple losses. We went to the Horseshoe and beat that ass again. You know, Danny Warfel, Heisman winner for the Florida Gators.
Yep.
Okay. They won the national title that year, the Gators. I believe that they beat Florida State in the title game. I'm not 100% on that. I think they did. But they won the national title. Danny Warfel won the Heisman. That was 1996. Okay, 97. You know, obviously Dre was on that great Michigan team that had Charles Woodson on it.
Yeah.
Okay, Charles Woodson, the only primarily defensive player to ever win the Heisman. I think that's a sacred award. I don't think they'll ever give that, even if somebody was deserving of it, I don't think they'll ever give that award to anybody again, just like I don't believe that anybody will ever win 2 Heismans again like Archie Griffin. I think that's also sacred.
Yep.
So that was 1997. Now, if anybody that's from Nebraska, because, you know, we were both undefeated, and they say Nebraska was better that year.
Yeah, split. Yeah.
Okay, listen, everybody can have their opinion, okay? Yes, I'm going to be a homer. I'm going to explain why my team was better, not just because my teammate was starting on that team. Both of our teams had 2 common opponents that year. Baylor, who's the other one? And Colorado.
Yep.
Later on, look at the scores when Nebraska played those 2, and then look what we did to them. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right.
If that makes us better or not, I don't know. I'm just throwing out a fact.
Yep.
Look at what we did to them, and then look at those basketball scores. And then, plus, you know, Nebraska had that game against Missouri where that controversial play in the end zone, they were kicking the ball all over the place and bounced off the goalpost, and the guy did a cartwheel, backflip, moonsault off the top rope, caught the ball to win the game. We didn't have no games like that. We didn't have no games. We beat everybody's ass, well, except for Iowa. Tim Dwight did his best to single-handedly.
Tim Dwight.
Yeah. But that was 97, okay? And Peyton Manning's still crying about not winning the Heisman. He can, you know what he can do.
I'm done with Peyton Manning. Yeah. Been done with him for a long time.
Okay, 1998. Ricky Williams, Heisman winner, smoking all that weed, Texas Longhorns. He broke the record for all-time rushing yards that year, 1998. I think Major Applewhite was quarterbacking for Texas back then.
Nice.
So that was 98. Ohio State beat us that year. That was 98. And then in 99, Ron Dane ended up breaking the all-time rushing record.
Yeah.
Yep, Wisconsin, 99. Ron Dane, Michigan's the only school he didn't get 100 yards against in his career. And we gave him a 0 his senior year. He has 0 rush yards. I'm going to throw that there. Robin Harris looking ass. But Camp Randall Stadium, 1999. That was the year of Florida State, the great Peter Warwick teams. They beat Michael Vick and Virginia Tech in the national title game.
Okay.
So that's what I know about 1990s college football because I watched those games. Okay? You don't see me looking on my phone looking at results, okay? These are random what you know about. I just gave you year by year.
Okay, listen, do me one more favor before we leave this topic. Just give me rattle off 10 random ass names from the 90s football. Just hit me with it.
Just random?
Yeah, just people you come up. You just came up with Major Applewhite, for God's sakes. Hit me with just some random names you can remember. Just a couple, just for fun.
How many you want?
Give me 10. Give me 10.
Okay. Robert Smith.
Robert Smith, bam.
LeVar Arrington.
LeVar Arrington.
Let Let me see. 1990s. Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp, baby.
How many is that? 3?
It's 3. Yep.
Okay. Michigan State. Courtney Hawkins. Early 90s.
Courtney Hawkins.
Early 90s.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Courtney Hawkins.
Flint Town.
How many is that? How many is that?
That's 4.
Okay. I'll go with Florida Gators wide receiver Chris Doring. White dude, had hops. Dude could jump. White dude could jump 60 inches in the air. Chris Doring. Chris Winkie.
Chris Winkie.
Guy was like 58 years old when he's quarterbacking for Florida State. How many is that?
That's 6.
Okay. Let me see. 1990s. We got Kyle Brady, great tight end for Penn State. Kajana Carter.
Kajana Carter, another Penn State.
Bobby Ingram, another Penn State guy.
Go. Yeah.
Okay. 1999. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. Let's go.
Drew Brees. How many is that?
That's 10 right there. That's 10 right there. Yeah.
Let me do one. I'm
Okay.
gonna do one Michigan and one Michigan State guy again. Let me see. Michigan State. I'm gonna give. I'll give Tico Duckett.
Tico Duckett, baby.
I'm gonna give Tico Duckett a mention. I'm gonna give an obscure Michigan. Yale Van Dyne.
Yale Van Dyne.
Yale Van Dyne.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right, there you go. There's obscure right there, man. Yale Van Dyne.
There you
All right.
go.
Okay, man. All right, I think it's let's go move on to some shout outs, man. Who you got for your shout out, Ray?
Okay. I'm doing a special shout out today. She's an aspiring wrestler. She wrestles in the Northeast. I don't really know if I want to give out like the state that she's from and all that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know her personally. We just kind of talk wrestling just online.
Sure.
And it's every time we talk, it's just wrestling talk. But she wrestles in the Indies in the Northeast. She's got a big title match coming up against Vicious Vicky. And her name is Shelby Waters. She reminds me of Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott. When I watch their documentaries on the journey, she's a good kid. She's like early 20s, real young, kind of baby. She looks a lot younger than what she is. She's like in her early 20s. She looks like she's like 15, but she represents the wrestling business the way that it's supposed to be represented. Man, she seems like she grew up in a great household. You know what I'm saying? She loves the business, man. She's got a good fan base. I just want her. I think now that I've gotten older, watching like the journey of an aspiring wrestler, male or female, I almost think that like it's cooler now than like when I was a wrestling fan when I was a kid. If that makes any sense at all, I'd like to see the future like 20, 30 years from now when I'm not here no more. These people that are going to be carrying on the wrestling business. This girl will be a world champion.
Well, that's awesome.
Someday. I'm telling you right now. I see it.
Let's go.
I can see it. She's got a great attitude. She seems like she's a nice, sweet girl. I wish her the best of luck in that title match on April 22nd for the title. Vicious Vicky. Vicious Vicky looks like a badass. Yeah. She's got her hands full at this one.
Vicious Vicky. All right.
So I just want her to stay out of trouble. You know, like when we talk online, like I said, Randy, it's 100% wrestling. I don't get all in her business, ask her where she's from, and hey, you want to go out? I don't do all that mark shit. I just want her to keep her momentum, keep her foot on the acceleration, okay? Because it's only going to take one bad decision or hanging around the wrong people that can change your life forever. This girl is going to be a big-time star in the wrestling business. Her name is Shelby Waters, man. You need to ride the wave with me, Randy.
I'm on the way. Put me on the train. Put me on the train.
She's good. I'm a fan. I watch some of her videos. I'm an instant fan. And anytime that if I could just tell her anything just about life, not really about wrestling, because I was never a wrestler.
Yeah.
So I can't really tell her like the nuances of being a wrestler.
Yeah.
But I certainly can keep her momentum going forward and like staying out of trouble.
Sure.
I'm good for that. Okay, so Shelby Waters. I'm giving my shout out to Shelby Waters. She wrestles in the Northeast.
The next heavyweight champ of the world right there coming at you.
Yeah, she's the next Ruby
Ray's
Riott.
predicted it. Ray's putting the money on it. Bam.
She's the next Ruby Riott.
All right, cool.
Remember that name.
All right. I'm going to put mine on today. Now, my shout out, it's going to go, in my work, right, I get to run across some things you just never think about, right? It's just so weird. So I'm going to give a shout out to, like, people working in the business of sustainability. And a lot of this is starts at universities and stuff like that. It sounds weird, but we're working on some projects here at school, right? And I'm coming across just some of the coolest people, right? Yeah. And they're working, they're scientists, they're people behind the scenes, there's people doing research, there's people just trying to make things better, right? I'm talking to people who are they're literally taking all the food waste at college campuses and they're turning it into soil that can be used again, right? Like instead of throwing it in the landfill, they're also taking, food and they're giving it to homeless shelters and stuff like that. I'm talking to people that are, they're opening stores that gets rid of packaging, right? Where you come in and you use a recycled bottle and you put your dish soap in that and take it home, right? Like just people thinking outside the box to try to help the world, right? And it goes way beyond that, right? You know what I mean? And these people love what they do. We talked to the one guy, and his job is to run a mulch pile full of worms. And these worms are eating the food and pooping it out, making good soil for people, right? And it's just stuff you never think about, right? And we just keep coming across these people who are working every day just to try to make the world better, right? And I see them running all these people at universities and people we've talked to, and I think it's really cool. I don't know. So I know there's people out there, and then there's millions of people out there trying to do this stuff, but keep hustling, man. Keep hustling. Keep after it, because I mean, really, you are making a difference. And there's so many other people out there, and I'm focusing more on the environmental stuff right now, but there's a whole list of people, and maybe I'll send a shout out to different people next time. But today I want to talk to people who are trying to clean the world up and make it better, man. That's it. So that's my shout out. Cool.
Okay, I got one more.
All right, hit it.
Not a shout out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
One more bar.
All right.
I'm wearing the shirt of the bar that I worked at in Arizona, in Glendale, Arizona.
Did you just realize that?
Cherry Bombers, yeah.
Oh, all right, Cherry Bombers in Arizona.
Yeah, Gina, who was my boss, she's a cool-ass chick. If I didn't mention Cherry Bombers, she'd probably fly to Michigan. She could kick my ass legitimately.
Gina, we got you, girl. We got you. We saved the best for last. We saved the best for last. Cherry Bombers in Arizona.
Cherry Bombers, Glendale, Arizona.
Bell Road. Share this thing.
The Hells Angels hang out there.
Oh.
I'm talking about the real Hells Angels.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about second, junior, and second, third generation born in the year 2000. I'll talk about them old cats.
I ain't messing with that. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Share this thing. Share it with your friends. Subscribe. Give us more comments, man. Hit us up with your favorite bar, because we know you had them, right? We know all you crazy people had some Flint Town bar experience. So hit us with that, man, and we will be back at you sooner than you think, man. And big shout out to Becky and Mike for giving us those questions.
Yes.
Ray for tracking them down for that. So that's pretty awesome.
Yep. Happy WrestleMania weekend, and good luck, Shelby, on the 22nd for your world title shot.
We out.